I had an idea recently for something they could do in an Animal Crossing game. Probably not New Horizons, because this would be a really big addition, but I think it'd be cool. So, there would be... They would add a small fee to, buying whatever travel service it is. Let's just say it's boats again. Not boats, planes. So there would be a small fee for using that service, maybe just like 100 bells or so. And you could go to your friend's town at any time, provided that their gates were open. It would schedule like a flight that would leave, I guess, and you could go to their town. But the other option is every maybe 3 hours or so, one from a random pool of towns would be available for you to travel to. And these wouldn't be like just randomly generated towns that just happen to not be owned by a player. That'd be lame. They would be different from the player's town. Do you remember the island in New Leaf? Yeah, me too. It would be like that, with its own special characters and landscape and stuff, but bigger. So, the one that I could come up with the best example for would be, a little desert village. And this desert village would have one out of kind of a random pool of names, because when you're coming up with the name in New Horizons, the villagers that you have will also shout out names, which are always the same. It'd be like there would be name option A, name option B, and name option C, and maybe name option D, and it would pick one out of those four, and then map option A, map option B, map option C, and map option D, and it would pick one out of those four. So you might have map B, and then name D for this random desert village, and you would be able to go to them every day, provided that you checked back at the right time. And it would have the same pool of villagers to pick from. So, like, let's say your village has Maple, Whitney, Audie, Raymond, and some other villagers. It would not have a repeat. You can't have, like, a Raymond in your town and a Raymond in one of these other towns. But then this desert village, there would be very little grass, if any, which is different from your town. It would be mostly sand and dirt, and there wouldn't be many plants, but there would be different types of plants that you can't get on your island, like, maybe cacti that you could plant on your island if you had the right thing to put. I don't know, I'm just bouncing ideas around. And then it wouldn't have, like, other than this cool landscape, it's exactly the same as your town. It would be like, sorry, I'm thinking. It wouldn't have the Nooklings or Isabelle or any of your special characters there. It would have a completely different set of special characters. So maybe this desert village like, it has Sahara's carpet shop, where she can make maybe your custom designs into a custom carpet, and you wouldn't be able to go into her shop on days when she was in your town, because she can't be in two places at once, obviously. Like, I'm really just throwing ideas around, but I think it'd be cool if there were these sort of randomly generated, sort of auto-constructed towns that you could visit that didn't belong to a player. And maybe there would be like a city, and you could find Gracie there, and maybe Kix on days that he doesn't visit. Or, hey, since Label is a big-time fashion designer now, she would probably live in, like, a city, and it would have a different landscape, and maybe even the villager houses and outfits would be different, and they'd have different lines about, like, oh, isn't the great city of Cityopolis, isn't it just so great here, and oh, there's so much to do, and that would also let them, return some special characters that lost their purpose. But yeah, I think it'd be cool if you could pay, like, 100 bells, and then if it was the Dodo Birds again, they'd be like, oh, yeah, we have a flight for Desert Town, Village Town. Great names here. And then they'd fly you out to this other place, and they'd have, like, different resources and different shops and different special characters. And I know that having so many special characters might make them a little less special, but really, I feel like, since special characters are the only characters with unique personalities, like, you're never going to find a normal villager that acts anything like Sable, where they aren't cold before you get to know them. They're just focused. I don't know. Sable never seemed cold to me. That unrelated. I don't know, I might draw out some ideas, maybe come up with some randomly generated, well, not randomly generated, with some names and maps, and give you an update on how this idea is playing out. Anyway, I need to do homework, so, and obviously this wouldn't be in New Horizons, this would be way too big of an update. Do you like this little square of my carpet? I like this square of my carpet. Anyway, bye.